Hi. Hello.
Good morning, everyone.
How's everyone's morning doing? We all good? We're all up and ready to go, ready to Minish this cap. So, I'm Myth197. I'm a speedrunner of this game, and I kind of know a lot about like glitches and stuff. So I'm going to be showing off a bunch of them. I've got loads of people here on couch that know Minish cap. We've got Kieran, winner of the race yesterday. And Wes, you've got you know loads about the glitchless speedrun. How much of the glitches do you know?
Whenever I decide to tune into watching TGH, I learn a tiny bit, and then I remember even less.
So yeah, let's get this underway. So I'm gonna actually we'll do a countdown and then I'll reset and we'll begin with the first trick. So 3, 2, 1, go. Can I? Hello? There we go. Okay, we're underway.
Time with the fish
Right.
normally start around here.
Yeah, time starts normally around there. So, why did I just like reset the game instead of just starting the file? So, we're going to be doing RNG manipulations. At the beginning of the game, when we go to like start the intro and stuff, we pick up like 20 rupees from the smith's house. But there's also a couple pots there, and what you get out of those pots is completely random, but we can get a 5 rupee drop every single time if we do we reset the game and then do exactly the same inputs all the way up to that point. Whenever we reset the game in Minish Cap, the RNG value gets set to a fixed number, and that number happens to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the RNG function takes that and advances it to the next number anytime a random event happens in the game. There's not going to be much RNG manipulation going on right at the beginning, but we do one right here, so just getting that out of the way, we'll maybe pick it up a little bit later, but we're definitely going to be doing a lot more RNG manipulations. But all you need to be aware of is that every time we do a save and quit, that's an opportunity for us to start manipulating what random events we're going to get immediately afterwards. So I'm going to be playing on Japanese. That is because there are some exclusive glitches to the Japanese and the European version that are not present in the US version. Have we got keyboard noises coming through on stream? Excellent, I love it.
It's gonna be great. Listen to that lovely
Clack,
text
clack, clack,
smashing
clack, clack, clack.
ASMR.
Yeah, so here's our 20 rupee, and this pot here is always going to have that blue rupee for us. And yeah, we need, if ever anyone saw the race yesterday, there were, we need to be buying items a little bit later after the first dungeon, and getting a 5 rupee here is just great because it perfectly matches us up with exactly the number of rupees we need to be able to buy the grip ring and the bottle later. Alright, so Zelda's going to be talking to some kids here, and, well, the reason why we're all here is to be raising money for No Kid Hungry. Which?
Every dollar gets 10 meals to kids. We don't pay for the food, we just get the food to the kids. The food already exists, we just need to get the food to the right place. So every dollar you donate gets 10 meals to the kids.
Ooh. Put on my bucket list for a few years now.
And you were talking about RNG manipulation earlier. Are you gonna explain it more later?
Oh, yes.
There's you mentioned RNG progresses every time a random thing happens. The main two things how we manipulate that are rolls and dashing with the boots. Do you
Yeah.
already want to get into that, or do you want to do that later?
Oh, we'll talk about that a little bit later. But
Okay.
yeah, I just showed off. You can hold the sign, like the shield sideways there, and okay, I missed it.
Is that just swag or is it
That
actually...
was just swag.
Okay.
It's like, yeah. The hitbox for the shield extends a little bit more sideways than Link's body. So, yeah, if you hold the shield sideways, it sticks a little bit higher than Link's body. And when the nut fires, it will hit the shield before it hits Link.
Right.
Chat saying the keyboard sounds are very satisfying.
Excellent. Love it. Clackety clack.
Speaking of the shield,
it's Vati.
you actually told me that the mirror shield you can get after the game finishes actually has a worse hitbox, right? Than the normal shield.
It has worse recoil. Yeah, so with the shield, when you get hit, you get launched back a little bit with some knockback. The mirror shield has less knockback, and for certain tricks, we want to get more knockback with the shield. So getting the mirror shield prevents certain tricks from being accomplished.
Also, like, the mirror shield is kind of, sort of very useless.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, just based on the timing in which you get it. Like, I don't see a universe, like, you know, even if there was some side quests you hadn't done, none of them are really combat focused, as far as I remember. If you were going back and trying to 100%, it just feels like a very, very odd choice to make the mirror shield acquired that way.
We're almost done with intro.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of cutscenes here during the section. We saw all of these cutscenes during the race yesterday. So yeah.
So,
Every-
17 times
Oh.
over.
Some 17 times. There we go. Now we get to play the
Yeah.
video game. Going left to save that one frame.
Yeah, so that is like a task strat. It's a subpixel thing. Your subpixel is slightly aligned to the left, so going to the left is like a 1 frame faster. There. So my rolling technique is like I do a bit of a flam where like I hit my R button with like one finger and then almost immediately after hit it with my other finger, and it means that like when I do my roll timing, if I'm a little bit too early on the R press at the end of the previous roll and it doesn't go through, my following finger hit will trigger the the roll. So I can get very quick rolls without accidentally doing it too early and not getting a roll happen.
And we saw just there, Myth just kind of rolling through the Octorok. A lot of us did that yesterday in the race as well. You have a lot of invincibility frames while you're rolling in this game. So you can actually just roll through a lot of enemies and just avoid taking damage, which is really nice. Saves having to duck around them or kill them later if you have the sword.
Yeah, this section of the game is showing up a lot of what the typical gameplay is in the game is. That we saw in the race yesterday. It's a lot of like rolling room to room and then fighting enemies. Every time we go through a room, every time we enter a room and there's enemies in there, they have predefined spawn locations, so we know where they spawn, but we don't know what their RNG is going to decide for them for what they're going to do, so they can move randomly. But you eventually get used to them generally having kind of the same patterns of behaviors of where they're going to go, so we can anticipate where enemies are going to be and plan our movements so that we roll through them and can avoid having to fight them or do any or take any damage.
You're going for early Lilipad?
Yes, but I've already missed it. So,
No.
Yeah. No, I went up slightly there, unfortunately. So yeah. Yeah, there is a very, very precise trick here to be able to get this first try. I've managed to do it 3 times ever, so it's very hard.
We had a question earlier on what version you're playing. We're playing on the NSO version in Japanese.
Yep. We are on a Switch. We're on a Switch 1. There is no difference between Switch 1 and Switch 2 for NSO emulation.
Yeah, so far this route pretty much exactly the same as what we did yesterday in the glitchless race. Where's the first point that this will deviate from what you would do in glitchless?
In this coming up dungeon.
Okay.
It wouldn't in a typical speedrun, but I'm gonna make it.
Yeah. Because there's small things you can do here and there. I think the biggest skip is not going to be till like the Mount Krenel or Cube of Flames or something.
So chat's asking, how am I playing with a keyboard whilst also being on Switch? I have a keyboard adapter, so the Switch is interpreting my keyboard inputs as a Pro controller. So I am playing on a console.
That little jump, I can never get it.
Oh,
I always just
yeah.
go down the stairs.
It's a nice little optimization. Right, and now we enter the first dungeon. Yeah, and as we talked about this a little bit yesterday, this is just a nice tutorial dungeon. Ooh, this guy went over to the...
Oh,
Nice, okay. Yeah. Had to react. That bottom left guy had a little bit of bad RNG, and normally you react to that and go to the bottom left first, but I didn't notice immediately and had to back that up a little bit. So yeah, there's little tricks like that where we, like when we enter rooms, like we look for very specific visual cues on how the RNG's going. Make sure we roll in the right direction, go up to this point here, there we go.
I only just realized how
Oh yeah. They were taking them down during Age of Calamity
were they?
as soon as we were done.
so I should probably mention, you kind of already mentioned earlier, but normally the 90% speedrun doesn't deviate much up until Mount Krenel, so you're specifically doing stuff differently this time.
Yeah.
So this is not going to be the fast 90% route, but it's going to be more of a
cool
short
edge
route.
Oh yeah, this is, as the title, the segment is titled, this is a showcase. Like, this is not like a world record speedrun attempt or even a PB attempt. I'm going to be quite far off the like a 80% leaderboard time, but that is because we are going to be going out of our way and showing off some cool stuff, which I hope everyone's going to appreciate. Nice RNG from this
yeah,
pesto
wow.
here. Yeah.
Wow, that pesto just completely leaving
Never
me
not
alone.
had to fight that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good like 1 in 5, I would think.
I've never, not once.
He always comes to fight me.
Yeah, so we this dungeon is a lot of just like every time you go into the rooms, it's rolling, like rehearsing all of your rolls to go to the exact right positions and stuff to just optimize these seconds. There's a surprising amount of so there's like visual cues at every single position to make sure that you're doing it the fastest way possible, and if you're ever so slightly off like that, you fall.
It sucks sometimes.
Oh yeah, this is completely luck based. Okay, this should be very good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did kill like half of them yesterday. One was like right in the corner in the top left there.
Yeah, and that fight is quite RNG dependent as well, and that was a pretty like normal what you would expect. It wasn't fast or anything. You can get much nicer luck where they kind of like come right into the middle. yeah, have to react a little bit to the enemy RNG here. Just decide what we want to do. What's the fastest line through here? And now we got the
Speaking of RNG.
yeah, very nice.
Look how quickly that sword's going.
Oh. Didn't even know you could grab those webs. Yeah, I think this might be the fastest you can swing your sword in just about any Zelda game that I can think of. It feels like it's practically 1-to-1 when you're mashing, like with how fast Link is going, which is really fun.
Oh, we got a lucky heart drop. I didn't need to. I was like so prepared to get that health drop, and I was like, wait, no, we got one.
Well, never hurts to be safe.
Yeah, and there's so many little optimizations you can do here with the Gust Jar, like walking into this trigger without actually deactivating it, so that you don't lose time here. Yeah, so lily pad movement is just timing how many Gust Jar uses you use. And it's really difficult to talk during that.
Can't count and talk at the same time.
No, I actually can't. I end up doing one of those wrong. And it's really fun trying to figure out which one it was. So, this is the room where the routes diverge.
So a normal 80% run would just finish this dungeon the normal way, right?
Yeah, exactly. However, I'm going to be doing a glitch called Lily Clip. And this is the first glitch that you're have the ability to be able to do in the speed run. So it's not optimal to do it, but yeah. So here's the setup here, and then if we go in position Link like so, okay, we've got a double pixel movement there. Right. Might take a little sec to set this up. Yeah, I keep getting like perfect. Nice.
We're going.
Where are we?
Where did he
Nice.
go?
We are out of bounds right now, and then we're going to come back into bounds, and we're up here. We're up on layer 2. And yeah, it would be very nice if we could just come and grab the boss key, but unfortunately we're on the wrong layer. This game has multiple layers, and we're going to be using the like the multiple layers thing is like so that you can have like a ground floor and then like an elevated floor and have like pathways and walkways go up and above and underneath things. So there's in this game there's a lot of underpasses and stuff like that. So there's like a 2-layer system, and so many of the glitches involve us getting onto the layer that we're not supposed to be on and using that to just have free traversal throughout the rooms. So very unfortunately we can get onto layer 2 to ignore all of the terrain, but the only way of getting off layer 2 and back down to layer 1 is doing something like jumping off a ledge, and that's only possible at like doorways, and the only spot that we can do that is before the key door, and then we have to do that route normally with all of the Gust Jar and stuff. So So the lily clip I was doing was we managed to get to the perfect spot where we can trigger the screen transition, but like displace Link and the lily pad, and it fails a check so that it doesn't think that Link is on the lily pad. So it doesn't move either Link nor the lily pad over to the following room. We get left in the unloaded room, and that's why we're left out of bounds, and then we can just do out of bounds movement. There's going to be a lot of out of bounds movement. Where the screen is going to be showing something that's not Link, and we just have to be able to do the movement without being able to see what we're doing. Right, so the green shoe fight, there is, yeah, so this is going to be a 5 jump. There is just RNG in this last phase here that can decide whether or not you get it. So I got 4 jumps there, which you can do if you're pretty fast on your Gust Jar use. It's possible to get 3 jumps if you're basically absolutely perfect. And And yeah, at the end of the fight, we go and stand as close to the middle of the room as possible, so that Link does the smallest amount of movement before he goes and touches the Earth element.
Quickly split.
It's split.
Myth element.
Myth element.
Myth element.
18. Oh yeah. Something with the glitch.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been taking time out, but yeah, it typically in speedruns you're going to be seeing sub 18 minutes. It's going to be 18:30s and so on. Like the community gold split there is like a 17. I think the best pace ever was a 17:09. That's and I don't think it's even a single. It's not one person that's got it. That's been tied. Yeah, shoutouts to the speedrun community. Everyone has been going nuts on this game in the last year and has been like doing a bunch of speedruns. The world record's changed so many times in the last 12 months, way more than in the last like 5 years. So
and it's all because you jinxed it in an interview, because you said, I don't think without a new trick the world record is going to change in the next year, and then 2 weeks later it got beaten or something.
Yeah, that happened, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I was talking about me beating the record, and that didn't happen. But the thing is, world record holders from the past, like Toadswoo and TGH, came back to the game, and they massively improved like the world record.
Another slight route deviation there. Grabbing that stone. In Glitchless, we only need to get the we get the warp point in the town here. We're going to be getting that one as well in any percent, because we're going to be doing some shenanigans with kinstones that aren't really necessary in Glitchless much later on in the run. And right there is going to be a safe warp, not for RNG manipulation like we were talking about before, but just to skip having to fuse kinstones with that guy, which is a nice optimization, but be very careful about doing that in your casual playthroughs. If you're looking to get 100% of this game, if you skip that, you are locked out of 100%.
Oh no, you are.
I think
You
maybe.
aren't. You
Oh,
can
you
still
aren't.
talk to the hurdy-gurdy
okay.
man and fuse with him in the cafe.
Okay.
That's one of the
Right.
fusions that you're able to continue. But you do have to be careful about fusions for 100%, especially if you're on the European version. But before that, we've got another glitch here. So we're gonna, if you remember the floor is lava from Echoes of Wisdom earlier this this marathon, we're doing exactly the same thing. We set a safe tile there and then respawn.
Yeah, I don't know where I heard that was like a lockout of 100%. I thought I heard a runner say that one at point, but maybe that was just a myth, as it were.
So, throwing bombs.
Yes. So bombs have a fuse timer to them, and there's an interaction where when a bomb has been thrown and hits the ground, it reduces the fuse timer to a much lower value. So we want to use that to speed up bomb explosions. Oh really?
Sped it up too much.
Yeah. So we do a lot of things like picking up the bombs early and walking them to where we need to go. But also, if you just pick up and throw a bomb, it will explode faster. Now there's a glitch called a roll lift, where if you place a bomb, wait a frame, and then roll the frame after. Can I get? There we go. I got it like that. Link rolls and then like also tries to pick up the bomb at the same time as the roll, and it kind of like bounces up in the air. Very interestingly, the bomb is actually getting placed underground and then gets popped out from underneath the ground back up to the surface. But it reduces the fuse timer extremely quickly, and it makes the bomb explode a full second faster than if you just don't do anything. But it is also frame perfect, So
Yeah. This game also runs at full 60 FPS, I believe.
Yeah.
Well.
Sometimes.
Oh, right now the game I'm playing on is exactly 60 frames per
Exactly, yeah.
second.
Yeah, and which is kind of funny because a lot of games at this time might be at 30 FPS. The N64 Zelda games run at 20 frames per second. So a frame perfect trick in this game compared to a lot of those games is actually like 2 or 3 times as difficult. This room yesterday, I remember you commenting and like, oh, you have so many rupees. I broke 2 pots and the second one had a red.
Yeah.
So glad I went for that route instead of the red in the first dungeon there.
Yeah, there's been a lot of discussion and routing over the race yesterday. The race is quite a unique set of rules, so it's not something I've had to think about before. But yeah, we managed to figure out some interesting strat and route ideas to implement for the race.
Big whole scene.
Bean.
So we got the Mountain Dew at the moment in our bottle.
Don't mess up. Did anyone mess
Don't
up
throw it.
pouring the?
No one did. That's I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
I had that as one of the things that people were going to do. If you accidentally dump your hot spring water before you got to the bean, you have to go
Yeah.
all the way back to that first section.
I feel like
It's
somebody there's usually at least one person at every Minish Cap race that like dumps it on accident or something. I feel like that's a common one people worry about.
And the lucky bomb drop. The bomb drop there is very nice to pick up because we are a little bit tight on our bombs here. And if you use too many bombs, I've actually wasted one bomb that I've kept in the back of my mind. But oh no, sorry, I've wasted 2 bombs now. So that was actually that was very handy to pick up because that fixed my bomb count. I noticed at least one person had that luck in the race.
I got a pretty lucky bomb drop yesterday at some point on my channel.
Yeah.
We see someone in chat already pointing out that the whole thing about GBA games running not at 60 FPS but 59. Was that an issue on the Switch or was that an issue on emulator?
On Switch. Switch runs at a exact flat 60 FPS. Emulator, like BizHawk, is perfectly accurate with Game Boy Advance. There's barely a perceptible like difference in game execution. But yeah, on GBA, on the Game Boy player, which is the GameCube running GBA cartridges, and also on the Wii U version, the game runs at the native GBA speed of. Alright, these guys are believing me. It runs at the speed of 59.7275, which is that feels extremely close to 60 FPS, and it means that you can't notice the game playing faster on Switch than if you were, if you had both versions and like were swapping between them. You wouldn't notice it as you're playing. But if you left them for like 10 minutes, you would notice that there's a D6 between them. And in an hour and a half speedrun, it turns out to be like 20 seconds. So Switch is the more optimal version to be playing on.
Are there any other version differences between Switch and emulator?
From what I was timing with a lot of the speedrun sections, like Switch isn't so massively overpowered that like every other version is completely like impossible to speedrun on. A lot of the gold segments, anyone who plays on Switch isn't close to beating the other times, so it's very difficult to be able to actually narrow in exactly what the cause of that is. But like my speculation is that there's some load screen differences on Switch. Like it might take a couple extra frames to load certain screen transitions, so it ends up being quite even. Not like perfectly even, but good enough so that unless you're really grinding for world records, you can be playing on almost any version. Nice swag kill there with the Helmasaur.
Nice. Do you have anything you want to talk about this? Also, quickly want to go back to what you mentioned earlier about community goals.
Oh yeah, so the community managed to lower the community goals. Every single split of the game got a new community gold set within a 12-month period from like spring of 2024 up to very recently.
Yeah.
So the community as a whole all came together and improved those splits. A lot of splits got improved by, and there were like 20 golds of people just like slowly, incrementally improving it and fighting each other. We keep track of all of this in like a big community spreadsheet, and I make a little like news post about it every month or so just to see how it's going. I think the golds now are 124.05, so we are very close to possibly the last minute barrier for at least this route or this like current era of the game that we're in terms of glitches, and we're not going to see times really go much further down than this without more tricks being discovered.
Yeah, because just in case anyone's a little bit unfamiliar with speedrunning, we obviously use a splitter to keep track of our time.
Yeah.
If we get a slow split, it's red. If we get a better split, it's green. And if it's our best time we've ever run a certain section of the game, it will become gold. And so the entire the community goals are a big spreadsheet of who's got that best split in the community. This best split that's ever been run over that part of the game.
These guys can be very trolly here.
Nice. The double.
Alright, can we get a double on these guys? No, it's just... The guy at the top didn't notice me.
A lot of funky movement here. You see Myth kind of dipping down and then rolling up. The reason for that is because if you roll into an Eslo text trigger in this game, there's a bit of a delay before it comes up for whatever reason. So you generally want to walk into those at normal speed. So moving back a bit so he can still get the roll, get the speed boost from that, but just far enough back that he doesn't quite roll into the trigger and that he can just walk a little bit and hit that. Very, very subtle optimizations here and there. And there's a lot of those tech triggers in the game.
The really interesting fact about that is that not rolling into an Eslo trigger is actually a glitch. Oh, okay. So the game, so we've got a decomp project which has decompiled the source code of, not the source code of the game, but the the code from the cartridges with everyone's best guess approximation of what the source code would have been that generated the Minish Cap code, so we can understand the underlying code of how Minish Cap works, and the how the Eslo text boxes work is it checks if Link's rolling, and then it plays a it takes an additional 30 frames before it begins doing the text box. It does like a little pause, and if Link is not in the rolling state, then that doesn't happen. However, it's kind of obvious that they used the wrong value there, and they just wanted Link to just be in a normal state. So the developer's intentions can be interpreted as they wanted the trigger, there to be a little pause there under all circumstances.
Messed up.
And this is the room where everything's gonna go a little bit crazy.
Oh yes, so this room we are going to be doing the first major glitch in the run, and this is going to be diagonal angle retention. So Link has 4 facing directions, up, down, left, or right. However, we can move in 8 directions because we've also got diagonal directions that we can go in. Now, when we jump out of a hole, the game sets Link's facing direction to be one of the 8 values, which is incorrect. It shouldn't be using that. It should be using only the 4. So we can set a diagonal facing value here, And now things think that Link is facing diagonally and will behave in a diagonal manner. So we can pull objects diagonally. Well, these objects don't obey collision detection correctly. So we've pulled that pillar out of bounds onto a very specific spot there. That has deleted the edge of the screen. There's normally some solid collision there. We delete it, pull it back into bounds, and grab this key because we need it. And now we're going to do some blind out of bounds movement to skip this section of the dungeon. So 1, 2, 3. If we just hold upright this whole time with the 3 rolls out of bounds, pause here, bam, we land on the bridge.
Nice.
And we still have our small key, and we completely skipped having to use the small key there.
Next is the Iron Shoe fight. This fight is really tricky to get perfect.
That was good enough.
That was pretty good.
This is one fight that I spent a lot of time working on. It did not go well yesterday at all, which I was very sad about. I think that was the point. I think Wes and I were very close up into that fight, and then that's when I started to kind of fall behind that particular fight. You want to get like a spin attack and then kill 2 of them up top, and then do another spin attack to hit the other 4. But you know, even just being slightly in the wrong position or having the wrong timing can cause everything to just escalate and get really bad, and then it's difficult to recover once you make a mistake there. I don't know who thought iron shoes were a good idea.
I mean, they're unique enemies. That's great, right?
They're unique in a
Anyway.
So
way.
in this room, we're going to be doing a second diagonal angle retention strat. So we're going to be putting this little body here. He's going to help us later. We only need to throw one of these roller bites into the hole because we're going to do angle retention again. Pull this guy out. And just count the number of times you pull it out. Push it over to this spot here, roll into this hole, do the angle retention again, jumping out diagonally, pull it into the wall there, grab it with another diagonal angle retention. We get clipped up to touch the screen transition and load like into the next room on the like on layer 2. We can skip all of the lava basement here. None of the platforms need to be done. None of that. We just stay on layer 2, transition past the boss door, and get into the Gleerock fight straight away. And that saves like 3 minutes.
Yeah, that saves a lot more time than the first one there, I think. 'Cause that's like all that gliding through the lava section there. Definitely something.
And we are already starting to see your more optimal sword combat instead of just spamming it always.
Oh yes, yeah. Things like in the Gleerock fight, you see I slash and then hold. I'm like not perfectly mashing there. This boss has lots of iframes. Also, shout outs to there's Gleerocks on the wall. We have a little tradition of pointing that out every single Minish Cap speedrun marathon event. Can I not? Wow, this guy.
Don't die.
That was amazing. That's some of the best Gleerock RNG I've seen.
Yeah, so essentially if you slash and then hold to charge the sword, you can actually do damage as soon as it comes in contact with the hitbox. And because there's a bunch of invincibility frames, holding the sword like that, you're essentially going to make sure that you get it the next hit as soon as he's available to be hit again there. You can get 3 cycles on this fight without doing that strat. It's just not as consistent.
No. This is fine. This cycle's easy, and well, now it's not fine.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Okay. I have. Yeah, I've never been so far away from the edge and fallen into the lava as this. Yeah.
That's never happened before.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Gleerock is.
Something.
Gleerock's a very easy boss that you can lose time on for the most bizarre reasons.
It's just like because he's so easy, it's so easy to like mess up because you get distracted and you don't really care about like You just make small silly mistakes and then get yourself a 4th cycle.
Yeah. Like, you don't even think that you're anywhere close to the edge of the lava, and it's like, wait, it just put you in for... Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of fights and things in this game that are really, really easy casually. Like, if you're just taking your time going through, like, you're probably not going to struggle with this boss, but in a speed run, you know, optimizing that, it's like, can be a little tough to get for that perfect 3 cycle every time.
Someone's asking what a dungeon runner is, if you want to do a quick plug.
I am a dungeon
Shall
runner.
I do a quick plug?
Yeah.
Dungeon Runners is a section of Zelda Dungeon that primarily focuses on speedrunning and speedrunning related content. We do marathons, newsletters regarding news in the speedrunning scene. There's behind the scenes work on beginner friendly guides. There's interviews with speedrunners. Me and Miff did an interview like a year and a half ago. It's like a 45-minute, no, it's like an hour and a half long minute interview.
We vibed.
We talk a lot. It's on the Zelda Dungeon YouTube channel. We're still part of Zelda Dungeon. It's just a branch of Zelda Dungeon that focuses more on speedrunning.
So we're doing a glitch here. This is too complicated to explain, but this is Chrono Clip. So this guy here is going to clip us out of bounds. We have bottle invulnerability by reading a sign with the bottle, and we're going to jump out of bounds. And now we're just doing some out of bounds movement. 1, 2. I mean, I don't need to be counting the rolls here specifically, but so we're supposed to be going and getting the red sword right now. Sorry, I'm going to be doing a trick here. Let's go.
There we are.
Let's go. Okay. Yeah, that's extremely precise. That's called McGee-Haw. If I got stuck inside the wall there, I would have had to save and quit, and it's not the worst thing. It loses like 12 seconds or whatever to go and do a slower route, but I'm kind of known for being wild and always going for that, and it's like if you're not exactly perfect, boots on the floor. It's basically a 50-50 whether or not you soft lock there or not. Yeah, so we were supposed to go and get the red sword and use the clones to be able to get through to this section, but we don't need the red sword and get the cloning ability yet. We can wait till later.
That's sort of overrated.
The trigger for being able to advance here in order to get the boots is just reading the sign, which is right before Caster Wilds. It says, "Hey, don't come here unless you got your boots. It's a bad idea." Something like that. To paraphrase, and so that entire trick getting to that area is pretty much so we can get to that sign to activate that trigger, to kind of activate the boots quest over here.
Am I remembering right that there's a third trigger somewhere? Because normally in the game you would enter Caster Wilds and Ezla would talk to you, and that's a trigger.
Right.
And then the second trigger is the sign. Reading the sign also works. Is there a third one?
Drowning in the swamp water. If you actually drown, when you respawn, Ezra has another text box that he does with you. That also sets it.
I feel like it'd be hard to drown without just walking through. Like, you'd have to go down and avoid the trigger and then drown.
Yeah.
In order to get that.
I mean, we do that.
So yeah, we're at this part. We just need to go and get the wake up mushroom. We've got 73 rupees right now. We picked up some rupees in the previous dungeon and just before the previous dungeon, so that we can buy the mushroom for 60 rupees right now. Now, there's a reason why we don't specifically route exactly 60 rupees, because we could. We want over 10 rupees when we go into the swamp. Because of RNG manipulations, the random drops that you get from items use a lookup table, and there are lots of different lookup tables depending on circumstances in the game. Like, if you have low health, it will use a different lookup table to regular gameplay, and the same thing if you're low on rupees, low on bombs, low on arrows. So even if you're on exactly the same RNG value as like another time you were playing, you may not get the same item drop because your circumstances are different. So we just need to make sure that when we're doing things like RNG manipulations, all of the values that Link has is consistent. So we need to have more than 10 rupees, and the game considers us to not be poor.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah, the game's trying to give you the things that you're short on, so that you're not just left short of things. Especially the health tends to be the biggest one. That's in a lot of Zelda games, as well, as they want to give you those hearts when you're at low health, which is a very nice thing casually, but here we want to try and avoid, again, being poor, because we're going to be getting different drops from that grass there.
Yeah, so here we pick up the boots, and now we no longer need to roll everywhere. We're very lucky that this isn't Phantom Hourglass or Spirit Tracks, where if we roll too many times, we get dizzy. Link's a champ in this one.
Yeah, that was a choice.
You wanna go over the rule of thumb of when to use boots and when to roll?
Oh yeah, so when you're like in typical movement, you want to use the boots if you're traveling a distance further than 3 rolls. If it's exactly 3 rolls, it's basically breaking even, but distances shorter than that, the charge up time on the boots make rolling there a little bit faster. So that's the rule of thumb that we have to help with like optimizing movement. And I've got to count these lily pad uses here. We've thrown a little bit of like sideways movement, and it causes the lily pad to do like a diagonal boost. It's a nice little optimization we have here.
This game really likes diagonal movement.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have some more diagonal shenanigans when we get to Temple of Droplets with the ice. But here we're only getting the bow. And we're not going to bother going and getting the any of the kinstones here.
Except for that one.
For that one.
But we do need to get some kinstones. We're going to get some
Green one.
We're going to get some green ones.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm doing an RNG manipulation here for these. This is a little bit tricky, but I should be able to get this. A little bit slow. Yeah.
Basically, we aren't manipulated, so we get the first green one, but there's a second green one we want, and all of Myth's actions that he's doing in terms of movements are determining if that one will drop from this grass.
Yeah.
So every time it's not dropping from the grass, he's instantly resetting to try and do it again to try and get that second kinstone.
Alright, if there's a rupee drop there, it's not gonna work.
Shall I talk a bit about why you need the kinstones?
Yes, please do.
Okay. So we're getting the 4 kinstones because we're going to be trading with the Tingle Brothers, because the magical boomerang in this game is kind of busted. So we need 4 green kinstones to get the magical boomerang to do the 4 trades with the Tingle Brothers. In what way the magical boomerang is busted, you'll see it later in the run.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so RNG advances every time we roll, every time we use boots. It progresses depending on what other drops happen. If stuff breaks, like even that grass already breaking is manipulates RNG. There we go. Now we got all 3
cool.
kinstones.
Yeah. So yeah, we're not gonna get the golden kinstones, but we're gonna get the no, dude, please come back, please come back, please come back.
Oh,
we want to get
no.
this pea hat to come over here. Come on, buddy.
Oh,
yes,
come on, buddy.
love
There
you,
we go.
love you, dude. Okay, I'm gonna play it a little bit safe here. So we're gonna pull this guy up here, like this, and this is gonna be pea hat clip. So there is there is a missing geometry on this left bridge over here. The top section is missing a single like tile of collision that we can use this pea hat to push us through. So that's not gonna work. Okay, so there's a kind of precise setup here. Pea hat's in a bad spot there. Come on, play nice. Alright, gonna have to hope that works. Okay, I'm not sure if this is gonna work. No, it's fine, you can hit him once. I haven't hit him yet. Come on. I have so I can use pixel lineup to see what the p-hat's going to do, and the p-hat's been very awful to me. Thank you. Okay, it's finally on the good position. Yeah, and we click through. There we go. And now we are on layer 2, and we can skip all of the swamp and the wind ruins here by just going over the top of everything. We are now in the wind ruins, and we're out of bounds off the right-hand side of the screen, and we're just going to dash to the right and enter the boss fight. Enter the next dungeon, skipping this entire section here. Yeah, and that's it.
And if you saw the race yesterday, you'll know that was quite a lengthy section, quite a confusing section as well for a lot of people. A lot of people debating all morning, like the routing of going through that area, a lot of the stuff we have to do there. So that skip is pretty substantial.
And it's also quite a stressful one because you might have seen, but you saw Myth pause during that, and that's because like if the p-hat attaches to the gust jar, it's pretty much the p-hat's
dead,
going to die, and if the p-hat dies, then we completely need to reset it. Since we just got those freaking stones, you're resetting on getting those freaking stones, and it becomes a mess. So extra careful to make sure that the p-hat doesn't die.
Nice.
So when I entered the dungeon, I did a save and quit, and all of that movement there, I was RNG manipulating that Armos to move like that, and sandwich me between the two, like the other one, and we grab. Okay, I need to do one more roll. We clicked inside the other Armos and able to pull the lever out without being able to shrink, because it's like, hey, you don't have. Yeah, okay, that should be good. You don't have the red sword, so you shouldn't be able to do your make your clones. So I'm continuing the RNG manipulation right now.
That's why we didn't roll underneath that. What's it called? Armos Knight? Oh wait, Igor, right? Igor. Either way, that's why we didn't roll underneath the enemy, because we want to do a specific certain amount of rolls.
No. Okay, so gonna do it. No. Okay, never mind. So if you manip the RNG correctly, you get a redkin stone there. That's not a big deal. It's just a minor optimization. We're gonna grab a redkin stone in a little bit. Oh, one of the version differences here, everyone watching the race yesterday would have seen there was skulls there, but in this version there are no skulls there.
Such a weird change. Of all the things you could go out of your way to change, I always found that one quite bizarre.
So Inku's asking in the chat, when are you running any %?
Not anytime soon.
You don't need to do any of this stuff.
When I get home, it's first Wind Waker glitches.
Next year's Minish Cap race is gonna be any %. Adriel is gonna.
Earlier, you wouldn't need to get that one there.
Adriel's gonna get world record.
Yeah, so if I got the kinstone earlier, I wouldn't have to pick that up. Okay, right. Yeah, the guy didn't get hit, so we're gonna have to manipulate this guy over into this spot. Okay, he's playing hard to get. So if the RNG manipulation was done correctly, he runs it immediately into the bottom left corner.
Come on,
buddy.
Right, and we
There
click
you go.
through. So this glitch here is portal items, and this does not work in the North American version. Everything else we've done, we can do in the North American version. This is only done in Japanese and European. So we use the mitts on the portal, and we time a bomb explosion to push us out onto layer 2.
Nice.
Yeah, and we just grab we can grab some
Skipping
health
all the way to the.
But thank you for the Dono Mamu for $10.96. Breath of the Wild horse named Larry. Great work, Zelda Dungeon. Let's finish strong.
I've heard that not all of our players for Breath of the Wild are getting horses. Are we going to force them to get a horse?
If there's enough donations for horse names, I feel like that's probably fair.
So one of the little optimizations you can do in Mazal is as you're slashing the sword on the main like hand, you can hold the sword out at the very end and like clank against it as you walk through it, and like it just kind of disables the like the collision detection on it, and you're able to just like walk through the hand.
Should that be with the exclamation mark?
Why not?
So, I think we talked about this before, and as well, that the Mazao, like it's a random pillar that it's going to like be at, but it's never the same pillar twice in a row. So I knew it wasn't the bottom right one, so it had to be somewhere else. But it was the top right, which is basically the worst RNG. So I had to check every single other one beforehand.
And isn't there like a very like
Nice snipe.
fraction of a percent chance higher that it's on the right side than the left?
Yeah, when we looked at the function that is used to determine which one you get, it's like you're going like 6 decimal places, before you get a difference in like the percent chance of it being on the right, on the right hand, one of the right hand side one versus one on the left hand side. It barely matters. And we're not going to grab that health. We don't need it.
Why not?
And now,
Well, I mean, Masses did it yesterday, and it worked out for him. So you know,
and now we have
just learn from the master.
Either the most broken or second most broken. I don't know if you'd say is this more broken than the boomerang, you think?
Oh,
Overall?
Yeah, so the ocarina is absolutely the most broken item in this game, by far. Yeah, nothing gets close.
Yeah, this is going to be a very powerful glitch that we're going to be doing
Stop
with
hitting
this
me.
item
What the heck? That was so mean of him.
coming up here, which is frame perfect. There's going to be a lot of uses of it, though, and we'll explain that once we kind of get there.
That's your favorite character lock.
I might start running Minish Cap any percent just because it has Tingle in it.
You get to talk to Tingle.
Oh.
And it's very important that you talk to Tingle, because if you don't talk to him, his buddies won't appear. So...
You know, if
I was going for the
Oh.
optimized movement there.
you know, if you like Tingle so much, Wind Waker has Tingle.
As
And Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land also has Tingle.
I have speedrun both.
So there's all of the Tingle Brothers we can reach to normally, except for the pink one in Lon Lon Ranch. We need to go for a cave, which requires creating clones and pushing a block. So we need to get to that guy without doing that, and that involves a glitch. And that glitch is going to be Ocarina Glitch. So to be able to do Ocarina Glitch, you need a exposed entranceway. Normally staircases inside dungeons work, but we're in the overworld, so we need something else. And that is going to be the doorway here in Lon Lon Ranch. To be able to open the doorway, we need to be on low health, and we need to die on the frame that we open the door. So we need to do a setup to do that. And I've come up with this setup here, so let's go for it. Do a quick safety save just to be sure, because it's bad if we die without it working. But it should work, and there we go, the door's open.
Yeah.
And Ocarina Glitch involves walking into the doorway and pressing the ocarina on the same frame. There we go.
And like we said before, this game is 60 frames per second, so that one can usually take a couple of tries to get. Fortunately, it's not a huge deal if you miss it compared to a lot of other tricks, because you can just keep walking back and forth, attempting it as many times as you need until you actually get it.
That's going pretty well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Normally in runs it doesn't always go that smoothly.
Oh yeah, that was great. So yeah, the Ocarina Glitch, one of the effects that it has is it does Dio's the World Stand effect, which it freezes time, and it prevents things in the game from running, and we're going to be using that for various things. We're going to use it for like walking through NPCs, The thing that happened there is we opened the portal, and how the portals in this game work is that it's when you go near a portal, it saves the coordinates of the portal that you've gone to. And when you try jumping on a portal, it will make you move towards that saved coordinates for the portal that you've just looked at. The thing is, with the frozen time state, the game never updates what the closest portal is, and every time you go into a room for the first time, that memory address gets zeroed out to 00. So the game thinks that we're jumping to a portal at the coordinates 00. And in this game, the coordinates 00 are really far in the top left-hand corner of the screen. So when we jumped onto the portal, it jumped us really far off to the top left-hand corner and onto a wall, and we could jump off the wall and talk to him. One of the other effects of Ocarina Glitch is being that the game won't update what kind of tile Link has stood on. The game likes to track what kind of tile Link has stood on. And that's really handy for being able to walk over water and over void. So we can, we get the Ocarina Glitch, we can walk on water. And at this point, we've done all of the fusions with the Tingle Brothers, which does the side quest of activating unlocking the magic boomerang. So we're just gonna be grabbing that before we go to the next dungeon. We're supposed to be going and getting the flippers right now, and we're just not doing that.
It's unfortunate that there's not a glitch to get to this chest here without having to fuse with all the Tingle Brothers, because I imagine that would save an extraordinary amount of time here.
Yeah.
There's just not much you can really interact with down in this area.
Yeah, we've got we have wall clips, but wall clips have to be very specific. We used the Armos to wall clip earlier, and that was a very specific situation where there was it was like a checkerboard pattern of walls and then free tiles.
But yeah, if we could find a way to actually clip through those without having to fuse with all the Tingle Brothers, it would probably save solid, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes, something like that. You wouldn't have to farm for all the kinstones. You wouldn't have to visit all these Tingle Brothers. You have to get one of them, I guess. Or maybe...
Oh, we wouldn't have to do it.
No, you wouldn't have to...
Oh, I guess we would have to do just the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing another Death Abuse because we need to do Ocarina Glitch, so we're just going to be doing another setup here. So, do this, and roll, use the bow, and bam, doors open. This is frame perfect, but we've got a very bufferable setup here, so... hold on, I'm going to be showing off something. Damn it.
Or not.
Yeah, that is one of the trickier Ocarina Glitch locations because you get really sucked into the doorway there. If you enter the doorway, it kills the trick. The door's open and we already expended our fairy, so that's why I saved just beforehand, just in case. So we'll just do the setup again. But yeah, I want to show off some stuff here. See if we get this. Just need to stand far enough away. And
Oh.
We're moving.
Hold on. All right, no. Okay, it didn't work out. I really do want to show this off. So let's just do this again. It just requires getting Ocarina Glitch. It always takes a couple tries just to get... There we go. And here we have the bottle dumping sliding glitch. Whilst you're activated Ocarina Glitch for the first time and go and grab some water, this thing happens where every time I'm changing direction, it's starting the animation again of Link dumping the bottle, and that's just a cool little visual bug that happens. And then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to do a bottle Ocarina Glitch. It's kind of a weird thing, and Link has got some weird effects going on right now. Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So with the Ocarina Glitch, we're going to walk over to here. And we're gonna enter Temple of Droplets whilst we've picked up a bottle of water, and yeah.
Aslo's gone.
Right. Everyone, make sure you stay hydrated. We're over an hour in.
Yeah. And so as you saw yesterday, that book quest we did, pretty substantial in order to get the flippers. Like it's like a solid 10 minutes at least. So being able to get into this dungeon without the flippers is very, very useful.
When it's to swim when you can walk on water.
That is true. We also have to use some more glitches just to get through this dungeon, because obviously without the flippers, not going to be able to swim anywhere. But not to worry, there's always a way around.
So none of what I'm going to be doing right now is actually required for like the speed run. You do not need the small key. You can continue, and basically the only key you need to get is the boss key. And I mean, we'll go and get it right now. This is I just wanted to go out of my way to get a small key for something I want to show off. But this is how we get the boss key without using any small keys. Just need to get Ocarina Glitch here. This guy's gonna come and bully me, so I'm just gonna kill him. There we go. Just get Ocarina Glitch. There we go. Ocarina Glitch. I'm doing. If you see, I'm like doing this like diagonal movement to get the Ocarina Glitch. There's a slight optimization that just like makes it a bit safer, because you need to do a frame perfect walk into the staircase and then press Ocarina at the same time. If you're ever so slightly off on the timing, you'll walk down the stairs and it's really slow. The way I'm doing it kind of clips you back out if you fail it. Damn it. Yeah, so this is like the absolute hardest one to do. So I just want to show off this.
Yeah,
See if it
the
works.
ice physics definitely.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna rewind this. This isn't a valid run anyway, but I definitely need the water here. So let's just try this again. This is the one thing I'm gonna rewind, because I knew this was going to suck really bad, but it's just too cool to not show off. The actual like things in the speedrun, I'm gonna just like do normally. You know what? Let's. Oh no, I can't actually do the backup version of it. It has to be like this, right? Yeah, frame perfect trick, and it's like there we go. Okay, I got it.
Oh, there we go again.
Yeah. So yeah, enjoy this room.
It looks so silly.
It's got a long nose there.
What is that water?
That's just for fun.
That's great. So, boomerang time.
Yeah, boomerang. This is why we got the magic boomerang. So the magic boomerang, if we're holding it whilst we open a boss door, it doesn't transition us into the next room, like this. And now we're out of bounds. And we're going to do some out of bounds movement here. You're supposed to go over to the right hand side and go to the tube fight, but nah. I'm going to show off some cool stuff in this dungeon. So let's jump over to here. I've already got a small key, so I don't need to go and get the underwater one. And we can't even get the underwater one because of...
We can't swim.
Because it's underwater.
Yeah. So, but we want to come over here and activate the lily pad, because, you know, we showed the lily clip earlier on in this game, back in Deepwood Shrine. But there's more glitches we can do with the lily pad, so I'm going to show this off. Lily pad movement can be a bit awkward sometimes. Yeah, the gust jar can be really awkward to use, where you know you do some inputs or something and it will just do an extra bunch. But yeah, so the setup here is we're going to move the lily pad as high up in the room as we go, and then let it settle, and then we go over to here and boom, and we do a screen transition there, and we're out of bounds. We skip the entire like first half of the dungeon, and we're at the tube fight now, and yeah, didn't need to do any swimming to get to this point. From the boss door clip, we could have come immediately to here, but I wanted to show off Lily Clip.
It is so cool. All the way from the left side, suddenly at the mini boss, it's so cool.
You can do, there are different options you can do there. Blue Chew is just one of the places we went to. We can go directly into the Octo fight if we want, but we don't have the lantern, so we can't beat Octo if we do that.
Yeah.
We can also go to the blue warp, and we used to do that because you need to go to the blue warp, which is the midpoint of the dungeon, to activate the levers, and that will open up the boss fight. But let's just glitch in there instead. So this is the electric chew fight. This is the worst boss in the game. There is no skill. It is entirely RNG. Yeah, it's just wait for its electric to run out and for its jump actions to line up in a way that, you know, it's only ever jumping when it's vulnerable and is chasing after you when it's electrified. And then, okay, this is the final phase where it should be jumping 5 times, but we got the extremely unlikely chance of it just chasing after us. And then it's now vulnerable. Is it gonna start? Nice, okay. Alright, that was very close to taking an extra cycle. And if I get a nice spin there... Nope. Aslo, don't talk to us. There we go. Okay. Yeah. If you are perfectly timed on your spin there, you can quick kill him at that point, but it's ever so slightly off. Okay, so now we're going to save and quit, go back to the beginning of the dungeon, and begin the Octo minute and the Octo fight. But the boss isn't open, so we need to go and get our way into the boss first, and that involves doing a trick called Octo Clip. So we're going to be maneuvering this pot over to the bottom of the screen and exploiting some very dodgy ice physics. When we're walking diagonally into corners, we kind of like build up momentum in a weird way, and if we roll at a specific like sub-pixel position, which I will be doing shortly... Nice, that's first try.
Let's go.
Oh my, that's frame perfect. Yeah, that. I'm so glad I got that first try.
Cat's literally upstairs, just mind blown watching us. It's so funny.
First try.
Yeah, anyone who speedruns this game and knows the level of difficulty involved in that trick knows just like how amazing it feels to do that first try. So yeah, we're doing the Octo minute right now. I was too excited about the getting it first try to continue the manipulation. I hope I just backed it up a little bit there. We'll see how it goes, but we're probably not going to get the Octo minute to get a perfect zeroing at the end, but I think getting a first try Octo Clip is good enough. But yeah, we were using the ice physics there to get like that diagonal roll, and that just perfectly clips us into the corner. And again, it was one of those. Okay. Okay. This is either 5 or 7 roll, and I hope I spotted that this is the 5 one.
Whoa.
Yes, okay, we got it. We got the minute.
Nice.
Perfect. Nice.
This is where the game ends, right?
Yeah, and GG's.
Alright, only
Only hour 12.
got there about half an hour faster than was it?
Yeah. Currently, the world record picks up the Earth element at like 1 hour, under 1 hour. It's like 59:30, something like that.
The water element.
Sorry, the water element. What did I say?
The
The
Earth
Earth
element. is
The
in
Earth
this.
element, yes, of course. We
spend an hour in Deeper Shrine.
we do not spend an hour in Deepwood Shrine. I think my best is just over an hour. It's like an hour and 40. We've been showing off a bunch of other stuff so far. But yeah, so now We're seeing stuff that we didn't see yesterday. We would be going over to the graveyard and doing all of that. Going to the graveyard, going and getting the first thing we need to do, we need to go and upgrade our sword because we still have the green sword, and we can't just play the entire game with only the green sword available. We need to go into the castle, upgrade to the red sword, but after Temple of Droplets, you can upgrade to the blue sword. So we'll do both at the same time. Save a trip.
Yeah,
Then have a weird cutscene later.
good thing that the game doesn't just crash out with confusion at the fact that you're trying to get the next level, but you didn't do it the first time.
Yeah.
I could definitely see a lot of games being programmed with flags such that this could soft lock or confuse it, but
yeah, it's definitely a give and take where we were hoping that, hey, if you get one of the later elements first and then come here, it will just give you the most recent one.
yeah.
But no, everything is stacked in the correct order, and this cutscene is stacked up and ready to go. And if you don't have the requirements for it, but you have requirements for later ones, later stuff doesn't load until this has been cleared out and replaced. So we do have to do everything in order in this room, which is, these elements for this level sword. So in order to get the next cutscene ready, you have to leave the room, and it's a little bit slower to just leave the normal way. So we're just going to do a save and quit. And that has reloaded the room, got the next one ready, and we took that moment to also equip the sword and do the demo there. If you try and go down without doing the demonstration of cloning, Eslo will tell you to go back and do it.
Get back there. But yeah, it's interesting how different games decide what actually advances the trigger, and in this game they don't obviously intend you to be able to do any of these dungeons out of order. So it would have been really nice if they had just said it so yeah, you beat the last one and you're good to go. Twilight Princess has a lot of triggers like that. You can skip some of the mirror shards and the few shadows if you just get the last one in each of those sections, but fortunately that is not the case here, so we do have to get all of the elements.
Yeah, we talked about that in an interview as well, that this game is surprisingly well put together for a Zelda game.
Oh yeah, we were expecting stuff with Ocarina of Time, where it's if you just go with with Twilight Princess, you just get one of the later things.
Yeah.
Come to this point, you'll just activate that, right? And it's no, they.
The Shadow and Spirit Medallion, suddenly you can go to them.
Shadow Spirit Medallion, just get light arrows, right? It's but.
Oh, this is a funny cutscene.
Yeah, this is a funny cutscene. So.
Myth didn't intentionally climb down that staircase. The cutscene just makes him go down that staircase.
Yeah, I'm doing this now when I'm not even supposed to, because I just feel like doing it and showing off the cutscene right now. Because after you get the red sword, this cutscene starts playing. This whole trigger here activates so that you can come and do all of this. We could have avoided this and just walked down to the next section of the game that we need to go to. Might as well just go and do this right now.
It's also we have to do it later.
Yeah, we have to do it later.
We can't
it doesn't
avoid.
matter exactly when you do it.
We can't avoid it the whole run.
Yeah.
But
This is one of the next golden golden tricks. Is if we figure out a way of skipping this great. It's another cutscene skip.
Right.
Especially as well, because considering this fight is one of the few things that's better to do in glitchless than in this run, because we don't
because
have
of that
silly staircase.
Yeah, that silly staircase there makes it a right pain. But luckily we've got the magic boomerang to make that a little bit easier. But in glitches, we have setups, so we've got cool strats that we can do. Unfortunately, because of the cutscene that we do, we on the staircase, it's up to Moblin RNG. So now we're skipping all the graveyard, unfortunately, and all of Cloudtops, and we're just going to Ocarina glitch past all of these NPCs and go directly into the next dungeon.
But that's the best music in the game.
Yeah, so this house, you're supposed to be able to visit this early. and you see there's a guy in the bed. He's like sick. He's got a ghost floating above him or something like that. You suck that up with the gust jar, and then the second time that you visit this this area, it's like he remembers you, and he actually gives you the light arrows, which I guess is a missable item if you don't do that earlier. But luckily this is the same map. I guess it's just like in a different state depending on how you enter or something like that.
Exactly.
Which is very nice, because with that glitch we can actually just clip past them there and go straight into the dungeon here.
Nice little boomerang swag there. Whoa, leave me alone. Okay, cool.
This is a very, quite a long, quite a tricky linear dungeon coming up here.
This room is one of those RNG rooms where it's just like you just gotta deal with it.
Yeah.
And we need to get our clones and walk through here without getting hit by the Stalfos. Luckily we always know that these guys are gonna jump if we're stood at certain positions in the room, so we can bait them into doing like a jump attack and avoiding breaking our clones. There's a very precise boomerang throw that you can do to hit those guys from the very bottom. That's cool to get sometimes. And yeah, so Palace of Winds, incredibly fun dungeon. From this point on, it's just pure gameplay. There's almost no like RNG and downtime and stuff like that. So we are gonna do a cool strat here. This is the wizard fight, and we're gonna be using bombs to speed this up a little bit.
Bombs and the lantern as well.
Oh, it didn't.
Oh.
Why didn't we die?
You were too far
Okay.
away.
If you play this game
Yeah.
just casually, you might not know that just
Interesting.
walking up to these guys with the lantern just insta-kills them. I guess they're very flammable or something like that. But yeah, using bombs in tandem with the lantern there for some fast strats, pretty precise, pretty difficult to pull off there.
Yeah, that's just a little confusing.
Yeah, and then another little strat that he did there is you don't actually have to fly. Every time you get to one of those sections where there's a bunch of clouds, nice little jump skip here. And every time you get to one of those sections where there's clouds like this, you don't have to actually go all the way to the top. You can just jump and then hold up if you're high enough up, and that will actually send you straight into the load zone, which is very small little optimization there. Here, going to be skipping the clones because we're actually going to be doing another out of bounds trick right here.
This is very similar to P-Hack clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Literally just going to charge at the right angle around this staircase, and that is a pretty substantial skip there. Not as difficult as some of the other tricks that we've done so far. You just kind of got to get the right lineup and do that. That's one of the few glitches in this game that I've actually done myself.
Oh yeah, that is 100% a. If you learn to speedrun this game, you'll learn that and you'll love it. It's same with this trick, Warble Hop, and also the diagonal angle retentions in Cave of Flames.
Yeah.
If you're completely new and are interested in learning, like, you know, what's the easiest and the
Thing to
coolest
start
trick
off
to get to do, those are all super beginner friendly.
Super fun. Or even if you just want to play like a Minish Cap rando and have some tricks up your sleeve to kind of get through some of these tougher areas, maybe skip some small keys and things like that. Those are really nice ones to start off with.
You want to do a little plug for the random?
Yeah, so we'll, the Minish Cap randomizer has been going for a few years now, and it's sorry, this is a difficult dungeon that we 100% focus on, but like, yeah, I do some work on it. There's some amazing people in the randomizer community that have been working on improving the randomizer over the years. Very recently, we got Archipelago integration, so there is a build of Archipelago. There is a custom world that you can do for Minish Cap. And join in with everyone else in Archipelago. If you're unsure of what Archipelago is, it is a multi-world like server platform. So everyone's you can play any randomizer that's on the platform, and you get your items sent to other people and stuff like that. We've got some cool glitches going on here. We're using the lantern instead of the magic boomerang there to do the same like boss door clip to clip out of bounds. We just skipped the entire second half of the dungeon. There's another like 5 minutes of the dungeon that we just completely skipped and go directly into the boss.
Yeah. I always found it very weird that you get the boss key and you go through the door and it's like, actually we still got a bit of dungeon to go. But in this case, not a problem.
This fight's entirely scripted, right?
Yeah, so, well, the first half of the dungeon is going to be scripted, and so up to this point, it's all, I mean, we don't know what the eye pattern's going to be, but we always know where the orbs are going to shoot, because they always have the same timing, and they're always aimed at Link, so if you stand in the same positions and move at the same times, the orbs, you know where they're going to be, and you don't have to worry about them hitting you. The tricky part is when we get onto the blue ones, the eye that it spawns at is random, and if it's in a certain position, you can't hit it with your spin attack. And also, from this cycle, the movement of the blue Georg here is random, and we dodge, we game. Yeah. Oh, did I ran it out? I don't think I hit it something.
Yeah, it ran out.
It ran out, yeah. And slash, come on. Right, there we go. Right.
The pattern it shows is merely a suggestion.
Yeah, it's merely a suggestion. We always go for just like the fastest clone like creation. There we go.
You don't have to have the clones in the same positions as the eyes, as long as they're close enough to actually hit all of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different angles you can kind of move at to make sure that always works.
Yeah, some of the bands you can even just hit with one sword slash.
Yeah, if it's a really good position.
Yeah, that wasn't the greatest RNG fight, but with enough practice, you get used to like being able to dodge all of them, and yeah, that was it was pretty clutch being able to like wiggle the clones between them. It's so easy to get hit by the clones. Get your clones hit. Oh, split. Yeah. Yeah, and we're gonna grab our last heart container before we go to the final dungeon, Dark Hyrule Castle. And so when you're going to the castle, especially like with after Templar droplets and now, there's normally a guard section that you have to go through. Now that going through the guard section and the front door here being locked only happens after the cutscene that plays before the sign where the Vati comes and possesses the king. Mm-hmm. We skipped that cutscene.
Right.
So that state of the the courtyard didn't change and the guards aren't in place, and we can just enter the normal way. This is kind of a nice little time save.
The front door is just open.
It's nice that you can skip that, but this still works properly, because like we were talking about earlier, sometimes the way that the triggers work in this game kind of have to be one after another. I could very easily see it could have been a case where you couldn't do a lot of these if you hadn't done that cutscene, but luckily that's not the case in this particular instance.
And the bathroom break cutscene coming up.
Yeah, here's the bathroom break. Yeah, we've got a few minutes before we're going to like start the next dungeon, but the next dungeon is, you know, you've seen what this game's been like so far. It's going to be the same. It's going to be nuts from the beginning all the way through.
If we have a couple minutes, should we then say something about No Get Hungry? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we're almost at the end of the marathon. This is the last day, but that doesn't mean we're going to stop raising money. We're still going to be here for like 12 more hours, I think. A little bit less, 12 to 8 hours. Keep donating, keep this donation coming in. Every dollar you donate gets 10 meals to kids. Is there going to be any shenanigans during Breath of the Wild? I don't think so, right? It's just straight up run. Okay. So all the shenanigans in terms of donations over, but if you want to get your donation in before the end of the marathon, throw it in today. Oh, there is going to be shenanigans during Breath of the Wild. During Breath of the Wild, there's going to be the last ferry. If you donate during Breath of the Wild, you are eligible for a giveaway of a stained fairy from Ocarina of Time. It's from Ocarina of Time, right?
I'm not the right person to ask.
I think it's the fairy from Ocarina of Time, just Navi.
I will also add that No Get Hungry does this kind of work all year round, so if you can't donate this week, their website is probably somewhere. Like, please donate to them. Keep them in mind when you donate to charity throughout the year. It's beyond this marathon and beyond our donation total and our incentives. It's really about the work they do, and that is a year-round thing that you can help out with. Sorry, I kind of interrupted you. I think I might have interrupted you. Do you have anything else to say?
No, I mean, I'll just say again, like, if you donate during Breath of the Wild, you're eligible for the giveaway for the fairy. So if you do want to be eligible for that, remember to tick the box that allows us to contact you, and make sure you fill in your email and request your email.
So yes, we were going to be doing a glitch here, but there's a glitch you can do here called cutscene walking, where you can chain cutscenes together. Sorry, and I'm gonna go back and show it because it's actually really cool. I was just getting a bit distracted there. Sorry. So yeah, we've entered Dark Hyrule Castle. We've got some cool glitches coming up now. So we got cutscene walking. So we're gonna stack these cutscenes, and as you saw, I wasn't able to walk as we were activating each of these, but now I am because we activated an ESO trigger as we did it. If I come and stand here and with the right timing, we get to. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm gonna show this off because it's cool. All right. Link dashes sideways there. Okay, so we got a trick coming up here. We got another stair clip. Remember from Palace of Winds. We just need the. Okay, please behave yourself, Moblin. All right. Okay, he didn't. So there is a subpixel setup you could do there, and I tried going for it, but the Moblin didn't play nice. You have to just obey the RNG there. So we do a setup here, and we just gotta hope that this works because this is subpixel dependent. No, and we just gotta keep trying. It's a coin toss. Okay,
Hey.
second try.
Still pretty good.
I thought you had an RNG minute for that Moblin.
No, we don't have a save and quit here.
Oh, right, okay.
In glitches, you RNG minute for that Moblin after the save and quit with the king, but in any percent, we're subject to
The war event.
luck of the draw.
There's a door there.
Oh yeah.
Not from that side.
Sorry, walls are a suggestion.
Yeah, it's very interesting
That
how
was
different Zelda
I'm sure
games
I've
treat
heard
locked doors, because there's a lot of games like this one and like Wind Waker where if you're on the other side of a locked door, you can just kind of walk through no problem. But then there are other games like at any of the N64 games, even if you get to the other side, you still need a small key to get through. Right there, a very nice optimization for that fight. You normally have to make a bunch of clones to slash the projectiles back, but you can actually knock them back with a bomb with a very, very precise positioning. I mean,
Walls are more guidelines than actual rules.
walls are guidelines, yes.
Yeah. So now you're supposed to go through the dungeon normally, but we're just gonna.
Normally.
Yeah,
You're
we're
supposed
just.
to go through the game normally. but
Yeah.
Here we are.
I just can't help myself. I want to do Ocarina Glitch. There we go, Ocarina Glitch. So, yeah, one of the we talked a little bit about Ocarina Glitch, but one of the specific things that you can use Ocarina Glitch for is going up a staircase from. We're on layer 1 right now. We're gonna go up. We're on layer 2, and we walk down, and we're still on layer 2. That's what Ocarina Glitch lets us do. So we can walk over all of the walls and anything. So a lot of staircases that look like that, you can just get Ocarina Glitch and do that. And yeah, we've got some.
Those are different colors.
You're seeing some of behind the scenes, like off-screen stuff there. That's
We're not supposed to see that.
nope.
It's still under construction. Body
That's the backstage stuff.
Body's still working on it.
Those are the props.
He's got a lot of renovations going on.
Oh.
You're literally already playing on a keyboard. Why try playing normally now? Says the chat.
There we go. Oh, first try Ocarina Glitch.
Nice.
Nice.
And like we said before, this game is 60 frames per second. That glitch is frame perfect. Not easy to get first try.
Yeah, so
And
there
we're
is
back.
one more Ocarina glitch coming up, and then we'll unfortunately say goodbye to the Ocarina glitch, our good friend.
No.
Oh no.
But
Oh,
you too
yeah.
can try it at home.
Yeah, it's as simple as standing in front of a staircase, press up, and then Ocarina 1 frame after, so it's kind of boom. That's kind of the timing that you're trying to get.
Simple, he says.
And if Link kind of stands in the doorway facing down, you got it. If you walk down the stairs, you didn't get it.
Yeah. You'll hear the sound of it playing, but you won't actually pull it out.
If you play the Ocarina like that, it also didn't work.
Yeah.
Get about the fire wizard.
But if you,
Yeah, these guys.
Alright, in the way. Uh-oh.
Come on.
They're really pressuring you to get this
Yeah.
done.
there you go.
Alright, okay, so we needed to get Ocarina Glitch here because we're going backwards through this dungeon, and there's some doors here, but we need to jump over them first. So we do a little bit of a setup there to, like, jumping with the K. So Ocarina Glitch lets us jump inside of doorways. You can't normally, and yeah, and then we jump over the thing like that.
Doors are a suggestion.
Not required.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice setup
that's
there.
clean.
I figured they were, but I guess not.
Apparently not.
Next door I see, I'm gonna jump through.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Not
we're just,
through it, over it.
also
Oh, yeah, sorry.
floors are also a suggestion. Cool little strat here.
Ooh.
Yeah, we do a little bit of a roll there with the Ocarina Glitch to like swag out there onto the moving platform. Nice little setup we've got here. Perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, these dark nuts are very tricky, and there's quite a lot of them.
We're gonna skip most.
We're gonna
of
skip
them.
most of them in this category, but if you run glitchless, you have to do so many dark nut fights.
They can't make it easy.
They cannot make it easy. There's a couple different strats you can use to take them out. The Pegasus boots is one of them, bonking on the wall to get behind them. But once you have the cape, you
roll.
can kind of just jump past them there. And if you can get them near a wall, you don't really want to mash your sword as fast as possible. But if you can time it properly, you can kind of get them stuck in a certain position to where you can stun lock them and keep slashing until they just die.
So I came over to this part of the dungeon because we're going to be doing a glitch here. We're going to do diagonal angle retention again, but we're going to be getting it off of a fire bar here. I didn't get it. Okay. I wasn't holding the right direction. Alright,
And
so
there's a wall master in
we're going to... Yeah, there are wall masters. There we go, okay.
They're not going easy on you.
That room sucks a lot.
Nice, and we diagonal push that block
Oh,
and,
nice.
instead of having to fall down.
Very good.
Cool.
Fourth key.
Yeah, that is 4 keys, and we need 4 keys to go and get the boss key, and we just kind of like skip going to that top right tower, the one with the ghosts and stuff. But yeah, now that's the last save and quit we're going to do. Everything from this point on to the very end of the game, fighting Vati, is going to be RNG manipulated, and that should be cool. Yeah, I'm good. So I have to constantly pay attention to exactly what I'm doing through this section to make sure that I'm doing the right number of sword slashes and like rolls and stuff to advance RNG in the right way so that we end up doing a dance with Vati of we know what we're doing, we're just choreographing all of our movement to go as fast as possible.
Oh no.
So we have coming up here the this Keaton room. So normally you have to spend a lot of time slashing through all of these Keatons and stuff, but we know exactly where they're going to go. So we do slash, stab, slash, and slash. Perfect. Nice. And then roll up here. That guy falls off. Bonk into here. And we stack these cutscene triggers at the same time, and then now we got the Dark Knight fight.
I like how I patiently waited for you to finish with that one guy.
Yeah, this triple Dark Nut fight is very, very tough if you don't know what you're doing.
And that was
Wow.
perfect.
Spleens.
And a double slash before we enter after the green rupee. The green rupee confirms that the RNG is correct at this point.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That fight can be very tricky. Like if you make any small mistakes, it can kind of just degenerate into a complete gong show of Dark Nuts running around doing what they want. It's kind of hard to attack one while the others are attacking you. So very, very nice to get that quickly with the setup. And keep the RNG manipulation, of course. If that fight falls apart, we kind of lose that.
Yeah, so Vati... it's going to be 5 phases, and it's just kill his eyes. And then just do various different sword slashes and gust jar uses. Okay. Sorry, I'm listening to the audio and the music. Nice. Okay. That's the
You want it to
tricky
be
part.
louder, or are you good?
That was the, okay, I did an extra slash. Unfortunate. That was a perfect, yeah, okay, I'm 1 RNG advance too much for this fight. So this fight's going to be not RNG manipulated, but yeah, that was a perfect Vati one, all the way up to the end with an extra slash, unfortunate. So, yeah. This fight can get really out of hand, so it's up to luck now whether or not we're gonna get this to work. That was the last audio cue I had to use was like in the Vati fight, but like the Vati 1 fight, I managed to get that though.
Thank you for the $20, Myth and Dreamy. $5 for each first try OG, plus an extra $5 to let us move Minish Cap up in the rankings.
Yo.
Yep.
How did you donate? You're playing the video game.
It's incredible.
Yeah, thank you, Dreamy. She's my fiance. We both speedrun this game.
Also, doing the quick spin there, or not quick spin, spin attack. You know what I mean. Instead of just kind of walking up to him and slashing him normally, we can reduce the number of cycles that we have here, which is very important.
Okay, yeah. So here if we do a spin attack, it sets the health to a specific value, and that is 1 above its health threshold. So yeah, that was the 3rd cycle, and it should be 4. And yeah, we got the quick kill there. Very nice. That was a very nice RNG from Vati too. They can escalate wildly out of control from that point. So now we're in the end game now. It's we just got to escape Hyrule Castle with Zelda, and absolutely nothing is going to go wrong from this point. Like, you know, we beat Vati. We're basically done with the game. Just need to wait till roll credits.
Oh no, there's rocks.
Not the rocks.
Not the Metroid escape sequence.
Now Zelda didn't see all of the cool stuff that we were doing, so let's show her some cool tricks. Hey, we're in this room again, so you know. Hey, look, we did the stair clip here. I love that Zelda bonks with us as well.
Thing that she doesn't have a collision that's like blocking you here.
But we're just teaching Zelda. It's like, hey Zelda, if you dash at this spot here, you can just clip through. There you go. And then she just follows us. See? Right.
Good stuff.
Wait, what?
He's still
Oh
alive.
Oh no!
Vati's
no.
still alive.
Oh man, it's gonna be tough to avoid getting hit by these arms here.
You gonna do lanternless?
It's not worth outside of Rambo.
Oh man.
I will do portal items though.
Quickly, donate $5
So,
so that Myth does lanternless.
This fight is
Do you
a
want me
little
to
bit.
die?
This fight is a little bit flawed in that you are immune to damage while you're standing on the Minish platform there.
I was too early. I was doing portal items with the cane to projectile shoot the cane whilst on the portal.
Oh,
And I was frames early, so the arm hadn't fully activated yet before that happened. But yeah. yeah, we just pick the correct arm there. I like stun it with the boomerang to make it easy, and then kill it. This next one is going to be in the dark. Wes is just desperately wants me to do this lanternless in the dark. So you know what? Let's go for
Let's
it.
do it.
Let's do it.
Thing is, I need the audio to be able to tell if I'm hitting the right one. No, we're getting sent back out. Is that the right one?
Oh,
That's not the right one. No, we're touching the wrong one there. I don't even think I did any damage.
Well, we tried.
Yeah.
Shout outs to
Well,
Wes
we'll give it a
Sabotage.
one shot. It's certainly not viable if you can't hear the shots, like if you're hitting it or not.
Oh,
Did we get it?
I don't think so.
We'll turn on the lantern anyway. Okay. Right. Here it is. Come
There
on.
he is.
Play nice. There we go. Okay. Okay, got it.
There we go.
There we go. Right, and now we've got
One more
tennis.
phase.
Right. So at the very beginning here, there's a 25% chance that it shoots electricity, and we didn't get that. Okay, so now it's just recall the shots back 3 times. We only need to slash him twice each phase to advance, and it's going to be 3 phases now. We bait the blue shot each time by just standing in front of Batty each time. So that's the second one, and then time will be when I do some cool thing over here. I've been holding on to something for a while. This is what I've been looking forward to showing off here. And that's time. We're not exactly done right now because, well, the cutscene's not playing. Why isn't it playing? It's because I'm still on the portal, and I need to get off the portal. So let's get off the portal first. We'll strike. And this nice little cool thing is gonna happen.
Oh.
So, we're Minish. And you're not supposed to be Minish in the end cutscene.
Oh.
I was practicing for this marathon and I was wanting to show off something cool, and I discovered this, and I haven't told anyone about this yet. So, as far as I'm aware,
Debut.
this is the world premiere debut of that glitch. The game just doesn't end at the end if you're on the portal, and you can just drink and watch the cutscene. But yeah, that's it.
What's first?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me at the marathon. It's been an absolute pleasure to get to show off both Minish Cap and Echoes of Wisdom. It's been an awesome week. We're not done yet, though. We've got Breath of the Wild coming up, but before Breath of the Wild, we've got the final round of the Zelda tunes. So stay tuned.